Howdy, folks. Welcome to an IronVerse Comics how-to. Somebody was kind of curious how we did the AI art, so I wanted to make a little video. Hopefully, we'll iron out any troubles that they may have going through the procedure. But first off, you're going to want to go to the link in the description below. You'll be greeted by this page. You'll see all this kind of junk here. It'll look like this, right? And the only thing, well, the first thing that you're going to want to do is delete any pertinent information here from a previous user that just never got deleted. Um, if you're not going to run these, you don't really have to delete them, but safety wise, right, you want less moving parts to worry about if you're having trouble. Good reason to do that. Uh, I do the same here because you're not going to have an initial image, and I don't know why this person was trying to get George Clooney rendered. This work is not that specific. You want more general terms, like house or city or landscape or mountain. Not so much George Clooney gives advice on becoming. I don't know why that's there, but yeah, you delete that. Then we'll move on to the next part of the vid. Start here, right? You see all this. You can ignore this. You can ignore this. You can ignore that. Hit this one. Yeah. It's fine. Run it. This will take time, so this does take time. We're going to be waiting. The main thing to do with this whole thing is patience. It's kind of its whole thing. It takes an hour, hour and a half to get to about 1,000 renders where things can be or no go. But I'll wait for this. And again, I'm usually watching something or listening to music or something. But no, we're gonna sit here while this goes, so I can show you step by step what you need to do to get this little AI art generator going. Uh, Particularly for one person, but somebody else comes across it, I think you can see a good chunk of address. Come check this out yourself. I've had a lot of fun with this. Go, it's doing its thing. Finish its installation, right? We're good. Now, I go for this because of this whole bit. I don't have to worry so much. You can click on both, click on one. I just choose one because quicker download time, basically a little less patience, and it works just fine. Any of these work. You will get slightly different images depending on the library you choose. You will only be using one library at a time though anyway, so only download multiples if you have some reason you'd like to switch between them. But again, I have not found cause for that. So let this go, and this takes a good like 3, 4, or 5 minutes. So we'll just be sitting here for a minute or two. If you're watching the video, got this far, you can skip a little bit. I'm not going to be editing this or anything, so it's going to take its time doing code here. It's looking through. It's trying to see where it needs to download. I actually didn't click. I clicked the wrong. Yeah, I clicked the correct one. I done. Usually it moves a little bit quicker, so I don't know. On there, yeah. See, it's not. That's interesting. So see, it's very much an art. Code. Good. That code. Oh. Should just run the cell. Here it goes. Yeah, but it's finishing right away. Okay, maybe S-Flicker won't work this time. It work with, well, it will work with either when it's working. There you go. See, it found Face HQ, so this is fine. Let's use this instead. 1%. It'll take a little bit. It's good size library. It says it's gonna take up to 10 minutes. You'd have to wait for the whole thing. So again, go ahead and skip a little bit ahead. Get the idea. I hope it take about that long. That's how it goes. That's probably the other reason why I would choose S Flicker. Usually smaller, but that last case, it was so small when it found it, it was 0 MB. So nothing. What it found did not exist. So that was the problem there. But you'll let this download. Then you would hit this, and you type in whatever. I don't know what the last person who was using this when it saved it you're looking for, but you delete that. I delete that. You have to delete that just because you have that image uploaded, right? And then you type in whatever you want here. Want images, you can upload them, but I wouldn't worry about that right now. So you type in, let's say, use the format I'm using, slices if you use more than one word, and also do something like that, and that'll actually do how much it weighs each keyword in the upload the parameters. That would hopefully successfully. Again, we've got time left on. Um, then you'd execute it, and it would show it. But we're thanks to Faces HQ being like 3 GB, it's gonna be a bit. So maybe I will edit this on out if I can. All right, we are back with about the last 8% or so of the show. It's been a bit, but 20 seconds or so we'll have it. Again, once finish here, you have to make sure that this loads in properly. You can see everything loading in here. In fact, videos I've used in the previous section that I made and downloaded are here. The S-Flicker library, in fact, why it didn't download is because it already existed here. Look at that. Um, but then we just finished the Faces HQ, but we're still going to use the S-Flicker. I'm way more used to it. Instead of doing 50, just because that'll take a while, we're going to do every 25. It'll drop another one just so I can show you how it works. We're not going to follow this through. I'd usually go to 1,000, right? So you'd have that. So you make sure that's all good. Again, you don't want anything here unless you actually have an image in here you want to use. These are weighted. It should be good, right? So you click that, boom, uploaded just fine, no problem. And then you hit this one, and you wait. It should go through just fine. It'll start with 0. It'll show you an image at 0, which is just usually a gray mess, a bunch of static. And then it should change as it goes from there, and you'll get something interesting like watch. But there it is. It did something like this. Video, right? Ta-da! Cool like this. And I've been uploading these to channel here, but to IronVerse Comics. But you know, this just I hope that kind of gets you an idea. We'll still wait for this to pop out at least one version of it, right? Because it hasn't even loaded the image 0 yet. But yeah, then you'd let that run as long as you want. Then you can want to do the video, click on the video, it'll generate it. You can control the length of the video right here. I usually go for 45 seconds. You can change up parameters, change the size here. It won't really go. I found the highest I could do is 640 by 640, with 640 being about the max amount of pixels on either width or the height. 640 by 360 if you want something more portraity. 360 by 640, something more widescreen looking. I found in either of those elongated cases, it tends to double whatever its original inspiration was. So you'll find two very similar pictures within the one picture. um, which is kind of interesting. If you're going for something binary vibe, for instance, for AI generated art, that could work. But squares tend to be more focused. As you'll see here, you'll start with this 0 image. It's 5. Then we'll get the second render, and so on. At 50, we'll get another one. At 75, we'd get another one. At 100, so on. You can copy these images or save them straight from here, or you can wait and generate a video and save it that way. Yeah, so we're gonna wait till it shows one, just so you can kind of see how the waiting works and that I wasn't bullshitting. I hope this has been helpful. Uh, uh, we'll see though. Like hearing somebody giving up on something that I find pretty fun. Something kind of neat to have going on in the background. It allows me to automatically generate content for the channel, for my social media. Kind of can look really cool when you figure out what kind of keywords you'd like to see, and if you kind of see what it's trying to do with those keywords, I think it's kind of cool talking to the machine, having a back and forth, having that visual represent. I think it's neat. But you know, I do hope that helps. Go, almost big reveal. But it takes a while. Again, it takes patience. If you're going to 1,000, it take an hour, hour and a half, render out that many renditions. And sometimes it takes a radically different direction, like by 300, starts turning into a person where it had no keyword that had to do with people. It'll do random things. Kind of interesting. I like checking in on Go. Again, it's just something neat to have on in the background while you're doing stuff. I don't know. Again, I find this stuff kind of. I'm all about random chance dialogues. Yeah, here you go. Boom. We got the color black. We got fire, bomb, and we've got all kind of a reptilian scale pattern starting to come in. And it would only refine this as you go. You can put in like terms like photorealistic or Unreal 3D, a bunch of stuff too to kind of help guide it in certain directions. Oil painting, you can put in artists like Frank Frazetta and get something kind of interesting. It's fun stuff. So again, I hope this was helpful, and yeah, see you on that rusty IronVerse Comics trail.